Hello, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. Welcome back to another Wingnut Wings Wednesday. And I did say we'd have some building going on this week. I'm sorry, we're going to do that next week. Today we have a book to look at and a kit or two. So here we have this book here is the replacement. If you're watching, Mal, I think you probably are, you're over in Australia, your dualist set is on its way to you. It was picked up from here on Friday last week, the 26th, and on the 27th at 1 AM, it was at Langley leaving the UK. So I'm keeping an eye on the tracking for you. They said it should be with you within about a week, so we shall see. So I sent you the book, and this is my replacement that's come from Ray over at Albatross Windsock Publications. So I also bought, at the same time, I bought this one here. I did actually buy these books, so you won't see the paid promotion thing. So yeah, I got this one as well, and this completes the set of currently available Wingnut Wings building guides. These things are brilliant. So we're going to have a quick look through here, and then we're going to have a quick look at a kit. So this book is bloody lovely. I've had a quick flick through it, and I really do love this model. Hence, I've got this one. This is the actual kit itself that we're talking about. I have reviewed this, but you can go back and see a full review of it. But we'll have a quick look while we're going through this. So you can see here we've got the contents of the kit. You can see all the fantastic detailing. I mean, if you look at the actual model itself, the detailing on the kit is they've got these beautiful Wingnut Wings instructions. Look at that. Look at all those images in there of the real thing. I mean, come on. It's lovely, isn't it? Look, there's the engine. How many other model manufacturers give you this? I mean, compare this to that Das Work bloody thing I'm building, eh? Yeah. Compare those to pretty much anything, actually. I mean, they're just amazing instructions. People actually sell the instructions and people buy them on eBay. But you can see on here, the plastic, the moulding is absolutely stunning. We'll get the light on for this because there you go, so you can see it better. You can see it's got that corrugated finish on it, and they've even gone to the trouble of giving you two different spines. You can see one has a different corrugation. You can see this one is different than this one. You know, I mean, that's how far Wingnut Wings go to give you the accuracy. You've got the one-piece elevator there as well, which, you know, no two halves to go together. Got a two-piece tail plane. Obviously, moulding that in one would have been too difficult. You can see the fuselage there. We've got all the ribbing also done on the inside. So beautiful, lovely. And there's that piece there showing you the cockpit floor. All that lovely ribbon in there. So we've also got a photo etch sheet, and it's nice in here. They've included fuel cocks and stuff. You've got the barrels though you can roll for the gun, and there's the lovely decal sheet you get in it. So here we go, just as all the other building books. Let's get that light off. They've got all the detail there on how it all goes together, what belts is used, and this, that, and the other. And got some actual drawings from the manuals here, showing it all going together. Looks very much like an XF71 interior green there, but it does go in here about different colours and everything. So looking through the book, we got here, there's the actual model made itself, and there's the engine, should I say, building up the engine here using some aftermarket parts. And then we got the real engine itself. You can see the distributors there on the side from the magnetos, I'm guessing. Really cool. Lovely stuff. Here's interesting. He's using PVA to fill the gaps rather than using Mr. Surfacer or, you know, super glue or anything like that. He's using PVA, and then you can just wipe it away with a damp sponge, I suppose. I'll have to give that a go some point. This is cool. Here they've given us a 1/32 scale template. You can see if we get the kit wing, of course it's at the bottom of the box, isn't it? There we go. If you get the kit wing, you can put it over there, and you can see that it's actually 1/32 scale. So the idea of that is you can take a copy of that and then cut it out and make masks for your delight, for doing your camouflage. So very nice. If you've got a large masking sheet, I guess you could photocopy that onto the masking sheet. In fact, I've got some of those. I think I've got some down here that have been sent to me. But very nice indeed. And then here we've got some scale drawings. 32nd scale drawings. We've got these beautiful, these are going to be Ronnie Barr, I think. Yeah, Ronnie Barr. He does all the drawings for Wingnut Wings. You can see we've got that going on to there. Like, I didn't notice that on the other page. Yeah, you can see here we've got the nose. The drawings become the 3D image, or the CAD image. And there we go, going over the page. Here we are, some pictures of restored aircraft. Here we are adding decals. I know that Wingnut Wings decals can be a little bit tricky to apply, so there's probably worth reading this to get some information. He's talking about the different guns. I've got some gash patch guns on the way. They've sent me some, which is very nice of them, and they've also sent me some spoked wheels as well, so it'd be very nice to see all that when it turns up. But here's the model, final assembly going together. You can see there the beautiful engine with the machine guns there. And you can see the machine guns remain visible on the finished model. That's nice. You've also got a lot of detail there. Actually, do the guns remain visible on the finished model? Yes, they do. And then we've got here, it's the finished picture of the finished model there, and then here we've got an archive showing us all the genuine World War I pictures. And I do remember this kit, something specific about this kit. It actually has the detail in the centre spar. Something very special about this model. Yes, here you go. You can display it being towed. You could have a truck, you know, with the wings in the back, and you could have the tail lifted up into the truck, being towed to be for assembly or whatever. And you can see, note the main petrol tank and the wing root, which is included in the kit. And so you can actually display the model in its taken down state, which is really nice to actually got all this detail in there. So that's cool. Here we can see a destroyed front end with the engine in there and the guns sticking out. Very, very nice. The sole survivor. Hang on a minute. Didn't we see a picture back here of an aircraft on its wheels? B5. B5. For successful. It's a fiberglass D1 replica. Okay. Alright, I just didn't understand why it said they're the only survivor, or the sole survivor. So that was obviously a replica. This is the sole survivor. It's a shame how these things just get destroyed, isn't it? There's only, there's only 2 Lancasters flying in the world. Soon to be 3, hopefully. But there we go. And then here we've got Jargon Buster again. We've got some more pictures. There's the spoked wheels. And then here, below, as you build more models, you will accumulate many spare parts, thanks mainly to Wingnut Wings' generous multiple options provided in their kits. These and aftermarket accessories, figures, air screws, guns, engines, and various other paraphernalia, such as small modelling tools, can be safely stored away in a DIY rack system designed for holding screws and other handy items. I've got exactly one of those, and that's exactly what I do with it. It's over to my left, and it's there. You may have seen it in the pictures of the Lamborghini I reviewed. So you've got some lovely drawings and pictures from genuine stuff. Really, really nice. What a fantastic book. What a lovely, lovely book. Got it, got it, got it. Don't think I've got that one, but I don't have an Albatross kit. I'm not a big fan of the Albatross. I don't like the look of the fuselage. I'd rather have this boxy look. That's really sort of aerodynamic. I do like the twin engine aircraft, the bombers. But beautiful. Really, really nice. And then on the back there we can see we've got some images of finished Wingnut Wings models. Oh, the days. Got that one, got that one, got that one. Haven't got the others. But there we are. That early Albatross is very nice. So there we go. That one there, I've got the late and the early, the FE2B. And it is very, very nice. A rigging nightmare. So there we are. So, the reason I've got the FE2B, you won't believe this, I have the Felixstowe and Hansa Brandenburg Duelist boxing, and they only get, as you know with the Duelist, you only get one decal option for each aircraft, whereas if you go and buy the Felixstowe early on its own, you get about 5 different options, and I wanted one of those options. So I got in touch with Wingnut Wings, and I could buy the decal sheet and then pay the postage. Or if I bought one of the larger kits, the decal sheet would fit in the box and I'd get free postage. So I ended up buying an FE2B for the free postage, because the FE2B didn't cost a lot more than the bloody postage would have cost, I'd have thought. So, and I did get hammered for tax, but never mind. But as a result, I've got 2 of those, and had I known what was going on, I'd have ordered the whole bloody lot of Wingnut Wings kits. I'd have bought the whole range. Anyway, so that's that. Right, let's have a look at a kit. I'm just putting this away, guys. And you can see in there that beautiful wing structure. Look at that. That's the wing structure that's going in. So the fuselage is going to sit this way. So if you do display it with its wings off, that's what you're going to see when you look inside. Ain't that just gorgeous? Oh dear. Anyway, you also need to be careful as well when you've got any of these sprues where you've got the Merc D3 engine. Okay, you have on the sump, you have this lower area here. I'm guessing it's like a little where the oil is captured. Be very careful when you're boxing your kit up. I've seen, well, my Gota has got a little bit of damage where that has been sat underneath the trailing edge of one of the wings and it's just damaged it. So yeah, be careful of that. If you do have one of these, look at that beautiful detail. It's lovely, isn't it? Maybe I should build this one first. Then it doesn't have any rigging or anything, does it? It's cutting. Steve Shanks sent me a message last week and he said one of the hardest parts for the Wingnut Wings kit is actually cutting the bags open. Yeah, it is tough. Anyway, so that's that, and that's the book there. Junkers D1, Ray Rimmel. It's still available if you go to their website. Where is the website? It's Windsock datafiles. It is. It doesn't actually seem to have an advert in here for his. Here we go. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have anything in here. Advertising. I suppose you've bought the book, so you don't need to know where you bought it from, do you? Anyway, yeah, it's Windsock datafiles. Anyway, go and look up. Get yourself one of these. Well worth it. Once they're out of print, there won't be any more. That'll be that. So you guys buy these in your droves. I know you do want to review them. So let's have a look at this. Right, I have a follower in Australia, all the way over there in Australia, who is very generously donates to the channel. Thank you very, very much, Charlie. And he got in touch with me. He's recently moved house, and when he cleaned out his stash, he realised he'd bought 2 of these kits by mistake. So he said, "I'll tell you what, give us your address, I'll send you one." I was like, "What do you want for it?" He said, "Nothing, it's a gift. You can have it." So here is a man in Australia who watches my channel who gives away Wingnut Wings kits. Now, I know what's in here. I know how big the box is, so that's why you can see me sticking my knife in. I'm not worrying about it. And I can see there's a message in here. Okay, you can see some writing. So I'm going to turn the camera off, get that out, and then I'm going to show you just how beautifully he's packaged this kit so it could come all the way from Australia safely. Okay, there's nothing too personal there other than the surname I've got covered up. Hi Nige, gift for you mate, another Wingnut Wings kit for your collection. Cheers mate, Charlie, Australia. Charlie, I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so very, very much. And not only has he sent me a beautiful kit which is worth hundreds of pounds, he's also done some fantastic packaging. Look at this. I mean, hey, look at this. But this is how to pack a kit, guys. If you're selling a model to someone, or you've sold a model on eBay, this is how you should package it, okay? Especially when it's a £250 model, like this one is. For a £200 model, that would get off tape. Right, I've got Jessie here now sniffing around because I've got a box and she loves bubble wrap. So we're going to have to cut this open. In fact, I'm going to cut this open off camera. It's beautifully wrapped, isn't it? Very nice job, Charlie. I'm going to get this open and then we'll see what it is. Here we have a kit which is wrapped in paper. Very nice indeed. So that can go in the recycling. So yeah, this is how to wrap a kit when you're sending it around the world, guys. I just hope Mal is pleased with what I've done for him. So there we go. Right, here is the kit. Yes, is here. I don't know if you can see her nose. There she goes. She absolutely loves paper. Anyway, this is what's been sent to me. Thank you so much, Charlie. I don't have this one. I have the Samson A2, but I don't have the Otsu. and this looks amazing in the Japanese scheme. So this is Wingnut Wings 1/32 scale kit. The kit number is, hang on a minute, I'm going to have to get rid of this dog. Dear. I love that dog to bits. Sometimes she's a bloody pain. Anyway, so here we have Wingnut Wings, Samson A2A2, Otsu 1, and this is kit number 32038. Obviously no longer available other than on eBay and other sites. So looking around the box, we've got 5 options. So you can see we've got the 2A2 from late 17 to early 18. 1918, 1917. Samsung 2A2 251, 1918. Then we've got SAL 28, 1918. We've got SAL 61, late 1918 to February 1919. And then we've got Otsu 1, mid to late 1920s. So there's the post-war Japanese one, which is very good looking. Go and have a look at the Wingnut Wings website. You'll see all sorts of colour images and that. And you can see on here we've got all the different languages about what the kit is. So Charlie has said, I'll send you this kit. All I ask is you do a review of it. So here you go, Charlie. This is for you. So this has gone from New Zealand. I think he bought this from Hannants, because he sent me a message a while back saying he bought some of the last Wingnut Wings kits. So this has gone from New Zealand to England to Australia, back to England again. So there we are. So here we are, you can see beautifully packaged. We've got a little clear sprue there. We've got a sprue there of grey. We've got another sprue there of grey plastic, another grey. There's our fuselage halves. It's all looking beautifully packaged and all undamaged. We've got some lovely grills and everything there. We've got undercarriage there, legs there looking susceptible to damage, but they're not damaged at all. We've got to make sure we get this back in the box the same way, because Wingnut Wings, I know, package their kits very carefully indeed, and when you go in and start messing with their the way they do it, then that's when things start to go wrong. So big thick instruction manual as per usual with Wingnut Wings, and a great big decal sheet. It's just the one, and we've got a photo etch sheet there. We've got some belts and that on there, so I'll look at that in a minute. And yeah, decal sheet is facing up. I'd rather it was facing down, but they have got this big thick instruction manual over the top. So let's have a look at the instructions. So we'll turn the light out and we'll see what we've got. A little bit of damage on the bottom there, nothing to worry about. So here we go, and I am going to be opening the bags on this and giving you a good look at the parts. So there we are. Right, so we have, for start off, we've got all the paint call outs and the legends and everything, hints and tips. I've never noticed that tip before. If installing rigging, drill out all holes with a 0.5 drill to a depth of at least 1mm. Okay. So we've got Tamiya and Humbrol call outs, which is really nice, and they have mixes and everything in there, and they give you the actual colours here, and then the way they call them out in the instructions is amazing. They've also given you the FS colours, which is really nice, so that's cool. We've got all the sprue call outs here. You can see some shaded out parts. They're not used. That's because they're used in the other one. We've got the massive decal sheet there, and we have the PE sheet down here. Obviously these aren't all to scale. Then going over the page, it feels like it's 2 pages, it's so thick. So we're going to make a start on the internal framework, which is looking lovely. And they're giving you an assembly order there. And you can see here what they do. They give you colours. So here we've got J, J and E, okay, and C. So you've got J, which is Dark Horizon Blue XF18. And you can see that J is in blue. Looks quite green to me. We've got E, which is going to be brown, which is wood, semi-gloss, okay. And then we've got C, which is going to be aluminium, and it's in the colour of aluminium. It's really thoughtful how they do that, so you don't make silly mistakes. Here you've got a choice of having J or Y on the battery, okay. And they're also telling you what every single part is, which is really nice. I really do miss seeing these instructions. They are so lovely. We've got the fuel tank there, self-sealing fuel tank, blimey. Harnesses going onto the seat. So we've got waist, it's a 4-point as well. Blimey, this is advanced. We've got a 4-point safety harness. That was amazing. Some World War II aircraft didn't even have that, did they? So going forward here, we've got the bulkhead coming together there with the instrument panel. We've got a compass and everything going in. That's telling you what every single part is. A pulsometer. I wonder if that's for when the pilot gets excited. It might be pulsometer. And then here we've got a camera for different versions. So it's saying there question mark and an eye. So they're saying check information, attention, A, B, C and D. Options A, B, C and D. So A, B, I'll have to read to work that out. But it'll tell you somewhere, but that's a camera should you want to have it fitted in there. So here you've got the detail for the side panel of the instruments of the cockpit, and then here we've got some more formers going in. Genuine World War I period photograph there, showing all the rigging inside with the outer sheeting removed. And then here we've got all the control cables and the bracing wires going in, so that's quite complex. And then here, typical of Wingnut Wings, and now Copper State models do it as well, they've got this fantastic colour image there showing you all the paint colours, and they've got the camera mounted in the middle there. So very nice indeed. Here we've got the fuselage paint wooden stringer detail E, so we've got some stringer detail on the inside. Box for photographic plates, so obviously if you're not having a camera you're not going to have photographic plates. We have drilled holes here, telling us to cut away these little sections here, and then we're going to bring the fuselage halves together around the cockpit. And here you can see there's a wartime image. Note the oil running down the wheels there, and all that grilling in the cowl you can see through into the engine. So hopefully this will be the same, we can see through. We have the engine going together. It's a Samsung 9Z engine, so that's all going together. It's just a single engine, obviously. It's not a radial engine, it's a rotary. So the actual engine spins with the propeller. And then here we've got a fan which is going to help cool it and everything. Hang on, is this a rotary? It must be. It must be a rotary. It must be a rotary. I'm sure it will be. Have a look at it. How very interesting. It was the first radial engine apparently that also had water cooling. So yeah, you can see the exhaust here, and it does actually say in the instructions the exhaust pipes, and you can see we've got this actual whole ring around the engine is the exhaust. You can see here where we fit the exhaust. So very interesting indeed. So it does have that big cooling fan on the front, very much like the Germans did. The engine was also used in a Vickers Vimy prototype apparently. So yeah, interesting. So it was a radial engine. So you're not going to have all your oil spattered everywhere, although we did see that picture, didn't we, with all the oil all over the wheels. So obviously it still leaked a lot. There we are, putting the engine together and everything, and then we're fitting on the cowling and fitting the engine to the actual aircraft itself. So it's sort of built up as a little module, and then bolt it on the front. And then here we've got the louvered doors for the sides, which is very nice, and hoping they're going to be all moulded open. So we've got ABC, which is early single punch louvers, and then here we've got DE, the later double punch louvers. And I'm struggling to see the difference, to be honest. I'm sure we'll see it on the plastic. It looks like these are coming out and they're going in. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, probably this one is just punched one way, and this one is probably punched that way, and then also punched that way to widen the hole, if you like, make the gap twice the size. And then we've got different panels as well. Large generator fairing, and then we've got this here as well. We've got different panels for the underside. And then here we're adding the machine gun, just the one machine gun by the look of it. It's a Vickers gun, French aircraft. So, and then we've got the struts going on, and here it's showing us how the struts were marked and everything. And you've got this one here, which is only used on B, C, D and E. So you have to be careful of your options. And then we're going to add the upper wing, do some rigging and everything, and then we're going to build up the undercarriage, put the wheels together, and then we're going to add some rigging to the undercarriage here by the look of it. And here we've got an aircraft in a broken down state where the upper wing is missing. And then here we've got the ailerons going on. We've got some more lovely wartime pictures here. Propellers going on. It doesn't look like the propeller has a wood grain on it. It's telling you to paint it U. What colour is U? chestnut brown paint. Okay. And then here we've got the tail and the elevators and everything going on. Very nice indeed. And then coming over, we've got a pair of machine guns going in the back. So these are French Darn-built Lewis guns. So the Lewis guns going in the back. So you've got Vickers on the front and Lewis guns on the back. Got a pair of those. So it's going to be a lovely looking model. It's probably going to be quite big as well. And then here we've got the the rigging and wireless wire and fuel tank breather tube. So I can't see the fuel tank breather tube on here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's just like a soft bend. And then here we've got the wireless wire, which is going to be like an antenna. So that's all going together lovely there. And we've got all this lovely double rigging. So just to make it twice as fun, they put 2 lines in each position rather than just the one. And we've got some lovely images there of the turnbuckles, double turnbuckles, single turnbuckles. Let me get in there. Ooh. And we've still got lots and lots to go. So here's our first option. So this is our Colonel Harmonic, Sal 122, late 917 to early 18. And then here we've got Sal 16, 1918, Sal 28, 1918. He's got some very interesting camouflage skis on it. They're very nice indeed, don't they? Almost like Australian colours. And then here we have D, which is Leron, and that's Sal 61, late 1918 to February 19. And then here we've got the Otsu Model 1 reconnaissance aircraft, 1123, mid to late 1920s. So that's over in Japan. So very interesting option, that one. Very pretty looking aircraft. But obviously won't have guns and that on it because it's an observation. Although saying that, it still has the machine gun at the front. Very dark wing struts. It says nothing about any guns. It looks like it doesn't have the guns fitted. It's got the mount there, but no guns fitted. So maybe the French didn't give them their guns. And you can see the front edge. It's a very unusual looking aircraft. When you look at that picture there, it's unusual to see a World War I aircraft. The camera's picking up on their faces. That's incredible. Look at all the oil there over the wheels. Fantastic. Really nice. And absolutely plastered in rigging. You see some nice photographs there again. Again, you can see that front end. That's so unusual for a World War I aircraft, isn't it? Beautiful. And there's the team there. So the 3D modelling was done by Nick Moore. The profile light was done by Ronnie Barr. Who else? Box art was Steve Anderson. Who else? And the project coordinator was Richard Alexander. Who else? He of Kotari company now. And you'll be pleased to know, he's very pleased to know, they've just won 2024 Kit of the Year with their Spitfire mid. So very nice kit that is too. I must build that one here one day. So here we have the decal sheet. I'm not going to open this for fear of it getting damp. A beautiful decal sheet. As you can see, very, very large Japanese Hunari, are they called? I can't remember now. And the lovely Japanese writing there to go on the tail. So that's all very nice. And then here we've got all the French markings for all the different aircraft. And then here we've got generic instrument dials. Some other bits and pieces there. What's that say there? I can't read that. It's probably in French anyway. So yeah, 2013. So 10 years old, these decals, and I think they've done quite well. So there we are. And then here we've got the PE sheet on the back. And you can see we've got some belts here, we've got some belts here. Some bits and pieces I'm not quite sure what they're for. It looks like they may be for the gun rack. And then we've got some gun sights, another couple of greeblies there. And there's the jacket for the Vickers gun, should you want to use that, or a gas patch one. Although in the kit they'll give you the option to use a solid plastic or use the plastic one and then put the photo etch on. So as promised, I will do a review and I will open these bags. The reason I don't open bags on some of my reviews is because I don't want to devalue the kit. But as Charlie has generously gifted me this, I'm never going to sell it anyway, unless I die. So there we go. So here we have sprue B, and this is the wings. And as you can see, they are beautifully moulded. That's lower and upper wings. They look identical in size. They are beautifully moulded in one piece, so no wing halves to glue together on this one, guys. Look at that. They're gorgeous. I think we'll have some light on this. You can see we've got these little inspection panels, I'm guessing here or there. This is obviously the lower wing because it's got the holes on the top. And we've got the holes, little holes there for the rigging. But as I said, it says drill them out. So drill them out 1mm deep. What you can do if you want to set a depth, here's one that I've done earlier. These horrible things. What I do is get a piece of tubing or something and glue it to the drill at a set depth. Now that's set at 3/4 mm, I think. And then when you drill, you can't go any deeper than that. It's letting you go. The other thing you can do is get a piece of brass tube and slide it over, which I used to do with my little 0.3 drill, but I broke it. So there we are. So there we go. That's how to make a depth stop. But yeah, very nice indeed. You can see the ribbing on there. You've got there's some very, very faint, I think they're recessed because I can't feel them, but there's some very faint dots on there. Very nice indeed. Beautifully made, of course, because it's Wingnut Wings. And then here we have sprue. This is sprue A. We'll have lots of bits and pieces on here. Here we can see sprue A. Put the bag over there so it goes back with the right bag. So on here we have lots and lots and lots of lovely, lovely detail. So we have, here's our fuselage interior, and it looks like that's your cabane struts there coming out of the top. So that's going to be upside down, so that's going that way up. That's sticking out into the fuselage. This is inside. This will need washing, I think. But you can see the lovely, lovely detail. And typical of Wingnut Wings, rather than have 4 million tiny parts, they mould as much as they can on than just leave you to paint it. And it's so much better often that way. If you look, I've said this before, if you look at the Wingnut Wings 1/32 scale Lancaster, the whole starboard cockpit interior is one piece of plastic, except for you add an oxygen economizer and you add the engineer's seat, the flight engineer's seat, and his backrest. That's it. It's all one piece of plastic. You just paint the detail. But here you can see we've got ammo there. We've got that big fan around the front of the engine, which is beautifully moulded. We've got these members here that are going to go further back in the fuselage. We're going to be putting rigging in those. We have the axle here, which looks susceptible to breaking. You can see that that looks quite easily breakable, so you might have to make a mould and put a piece of brass in there. We've got a fuel tank here with the, or is that a radiator? It's a fuel tank. There's the other half of it. It's got some sort of, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it's got some sort of, almost like a very fine mesh on there. Very weird. And bits and pieces of the interior. You can see we've got a seat base there, which is beautifully moulded with the texture in it, the padding. You've got another seat back. That looks like rudder pedals. We've got a machine gun here, and we've got an outer. Okay, it's the other half of that. Sorry, so that's the other half of that. So we've got, this is the one piece. Well, it's 2 piece. So you can actually have that and then just you know, paint it and that's it. Or there will be another one, possibly on this sprue that I can't see at the moment, and it will have the gun breech with just the barrel, and then you put the photo etch barrel over the top. It's really lovely. Some very nice detail on those parts. And to think it's all 10 years old, it's amazing, isn't it? Beautiful. And then here into our next bag. I'm guessing this is going to be sprue C, is it? Here we have sprue C. Oh, we've got these lovely engine grills. No, this is sprue G, sorry. There's lovely engine grills on there. We've got the main undercarriage, which look quite strong. I'm guessing once they go on that axle, it's going to make the axle a lot stronger because they're going to support that shaft. So here we have ailerons, top and bottom, again, beautifully moulded in one piece. There's no real halves to go together on this. There's our upper wing section. Okay, that's our upper wing centre section and the upper wing lower section, so you'll have to glue those together, but that's about it. Or is that the underside of the fuselage? No, that's the underside of the fuselage. No, that's the floor. I don't remember from the instructions, but whatever. And then here we have these side covers. So, and you can see that they are actually see-through. Hopefully you can see my hand behind there. There we go. If I do that, you can see they are see-through. And these are the double punched, and these are the single punched. But even the single punched ones are see-through. If you wanted to, you could go in the back and thin that plastic out and make them a bit more see-through, but I think that might be asking for trouble. If you slip and go through, you're making a right mess. It'd be very difficult to repair. So there's the obviously the cockpit floor. It's quite a big cockpit on this. It's a big old bird, this, actually, isn't it? If you think about it. If you look at your wings there, so we've got one wing here. Okay, we're still on the edge of the screen. We've got one wing there, so I'll put my finger there. Then you're going to have a centre section, okay, which is going to take us to sort of there. And then you're going to have the next wing there. So it's quite a big airplane, this. It's bigger than a Spitfire. So it looks like it's bigger than a Spitfire anyway. It's certainly longer. But yeah, beautifully done. It's beautiful. The moulding is just exquisite, as it always is with Wingnut Wings. It's amazing. They don't tend to use slide moulding. They don't give you much photo etch, and they don't have huge part counts. But they're considered by many to be the best kits ever made. It's beautiful. You can see there the instrument panel and that footwell there. All just begging for some wood grain. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so here we have something I didn't notice. Here we do have ejector pin marks on the inside of these engine covers. So if you're going to have them off and displayed open, you're going to have to get rid of them. But unavoidable, I guess, with all those bloody louvers on there. You couldn't do it without. So yes. Here we have, this is sprue F, and this is our fuselage halves. And how beautiful are they? They're very nice indeed. All that structure in there, and you've got all the wood inside, so they're telling you to paint all this wood. No ejector pin marks on the inside where it matters. Between there and there, there are no ejector pin marks whatsoever. Models made by modelers for modelers. They're wonderful. Single piece fin there, single piece elevator, very, very thin. And it looks like it doesn't have a tailplane. It looks like the elevator is all, the whole thing pivots. And then we've got the top there, the gunner's ring there, we've got the pilot's Formula 1 type headrest there. You can see the detail on the fuselage, and the fabric finish and everything is gorgeous. They do actually have some detail on the bottom. Wingnut Wings don't generally have detail on the bottom. The fuselage is just generally flat. But very, very nice indeed. We've got that very thin little bulkhead in there, which is beautifully done. That's almost like a bit of flash. Yeah. So thin. What a lovely model. What a lovely, lovely model. I would say I'd build this straight away, but I'm scared of the rigging. I've never actually built a World War I aircraft as an adult. If you consider me to be an adult, that is. So here's sprue D. So we've got engine bearer there. Here's our machine guns, you see, without the jacket on. So there what you do is just put the jacket, make the photo etch jacket up, slide it over. So there you go. Or is that the machine gun? I'm wrong here. I think that might be the one we're talking about. I think these are the rear ones, aren't they? Because they've got the handles on the back. I think this is the one. Anyway, there will be a gun in here where you can put the barrel. You can put the jacket over. I'll tell you what. Let's have a look at the instructions and get this sorted. Where is the fitting of the gun? Vickers machine gun. Okay, so it looks like you're not getting the option. It looks like that isn't then. Okay, you're not getting the option to have a, that's not the cooling jacket then. That's something else. I don't remember seeing it in here. Maybe it's in the cockpit. Yes, it's that. It's underneath the cockpit. So you don't have the option to have a cooling jacket on this one. It's all the other kits do. So there we are. So you've got those guns there. I've also noticed we've got another one of these. So you've got two of these sprues, two sprue Ds. So we've got wheels there, flatted and unflatted, or weighted and unweighted. We have tyres there with lettering moulded on. Very beautifully done. We have hubcaps, two different types. Struts for the wings. These are the formers for the sides of the fuselage. That's the engine bearer part there. Very nice indeed. We've got some ammo there. That's probably for the guns in the back. We've got these different guns. I'm not sure we've got all these different guns for, but anyway, some of the stuff isn't used, is it? And then finally, well, not quite finally, we have our engine sprue, which is going to be beautifully moulded. This will be a generic engine sprue for different aircraft. It's a 1/32 scale Samson 9Z, so the actual engine manufacturer was the aircraft manufacturer. So there we go. So there's our upper exhaust, and there's our lower exhaust. And there's our intake ring, and there's our cylinders. So we do have to glue them together, so we'll have a seam in the middle. The engine is then covered with all that paraphernalia over the front. So we've got the magnetos on the back there. And we've got a ring there. You can see it's like just like a radial engine in the aircraft. So yeah, possibly the first ever radial engine, if I read it right. It says the first radial engine with water cooling, so I don't know if they're saying it's the first radial engine that had water cooling, or if it's the first radial engine and it had water cooling. I don't know how they mean it. But, there we go. Very nicely done, and we've got our push rods there. Cut those off very, very carefully. So there we go. And then finally we've got the clear sprue. I'm not going to bother getting this out. We've got these little tiny windscreens and a little clear box there for something or other. And that's probably a little fuel gate, fuel sight there. So there we are. Lovely little clear sprue. So guys, that has been a review of this beauty, the Samson 2A2 Otsu 1. So very, very nice indeed. Very pretty looking aircraft. I'm going to have to build this on the channel because Charlie sent it to me. So we've got option A, which is all in silver by the look of it. R, what colour is R? R is aluminium dope. So XF16 and XF19. What's XF19? That's light grey, isn't it? So sort of knocking the silver back a bit. So that will be quite interesting, but it's got the nice clover leaf on the side. But a bit bland. Perhaps a bit bland. Then we've got this one here, B, which has this beautiful camouflage, which is very nice. They both have the same camouflage by the look of it. So you could actually paint it and then decide which ski you're going to go for. They both have the same wheels by the look of it. Just looking here. Yeah, that one's got the spoked wheels as well. You can see them through the hubcap. Paint starboard side and apply decal 36 as per B. Okay, so decal 36. It's probably this one. Just looking for decal 36. Bit strange. Maybe it's got a 36. There it is. Okay, so they'll tell you the fit 36 there. Sorry about that. I just see these things and I get a little bit confused. You know, this one here, which is very pretty. It's got the same camouflage as per B and C, but it's got these lovely white and purple stripes. They look very nice, don't they? Look at that front end as well. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? That's a very interesting option. And then there's E, the Japanese one, which is all in white. I wonder what colour they actually call for here. G. What colour is G? G is clear doped silk linen, XF57. So, it would be a lovely option to do it and just, you know, have it looking new and or weather it a little bit. but I really do like this here with the purple cat or panther, is it, whatever. Very nice, and those stripes look great, don't they? Anyway, so that's been the review of that kit. We've had a look at the Junkers D1 book, and we've had a look at the Junkers D1 kit, and we've done a full review of this very generously donated gift from Charlie over in Australia. Thank you very much, mate. It's very much appreciated. As I say, I hope to build this on the channel, because it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? As they all are. They all are. So thank you very much, mate. I can't thank you enough. I'm going to have to build one of them because I've run out of space in my pile. I can't fit any more Wingnut Wings kits in unless I start putting them somewhere else, and I don't want to do that. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you all soon, and I promise you next week we will do some work rather than just talk. Okay? Bye for now.